Greetings. This is going to be a channeled message, but I'm also going to speak on company versus connection. We often seek company whenever we are lacking deeper connection. So I'm going to go through some channeled messages that were coming through earlier this week and last week. These could be past, present, or future for you. So things that you've already experienced, things that you're about to experience, or things that you could be currently in the middle of experiencing. Something about the da-da-da, reading rainbow. So reading rainbow, getting that pot of gold after finishing a book, something really clicking for you once you read it. So heavy emphasis on reading, heavy emphasis on gnosis, knowledge, pulling in different strains of culture, different cultures to help you better understand your belief system or your ancestry, where something's coming from or where someone else is coming from. You could be in between something and reading something, or something could be at the end of the rainbow. So rainbows also come after the rain. So something here could be after a storm. Also, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Fun fact, that song was actually written after the star Vega, which Vega is in the lyre, the harp constellation, is a blue star. Something about the rune Awaz, which is in between. It is the path is hard and lonely with no end in sight. It is about spiritual becoming, so it can be a bit of a dark night of the soul type of rune. It's an initiation rune where you meld the underworlds and the upper worlds through your middle world through the human life experience. Hence the saying, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So that might be more prevalent for things that are happening to you or others around you at this time. Big emphasis on the body, health, our mortality, immortality, what it really means to be alive. We were meant to live for so much more. Have we lost ourselves? I'm just hearing that right now. So you could feel like, have I lost myself? I was meant to live for so much more. So having a sort of like come to Jesus, rites of passage, eureka moment, something about eureka, kill the boy, Jon Snow, let the man come forth. So there's something here about initiation, which is with Awaz. Again, this is about freedom from the fear of death through kind of diving into the psyche even further. Willpower and tenacity is being increased. This is also about the human spine, so posture is important here. Also, there's 24 vertebrae, that adds up to 6. 666 is actually the number of man, but it can also be seen as the number of the beast. So something here about pacifying and calming and bringing more conscious awareness to carnal desires, or when people respond or react to situations from a more primal human lower chakra reaction rather than a more higher self, spiritual, enlightened reaction. So this is like someone treats on you, someone has does something really rude, and the human carnal reaction is like, I hate you, and da-da-da, and it's like taking it personally and making it mean something. Whereas like the spiritual higher road of it is like, wow, I am now realizing how I projected my fantasies and my desire of who I really wanted this person to be, because I saw all that they could be, and I fell in love with that persona that I created and that box that I designed around them. And now I'm, that facade is being crumbled with the actuality and the reality of where they're at spiritually, and we're just on different frequencies. They are not able to be totally committed or honest with me only because they're not totally committed and honest to themselves. And so I'm not going to take it personally. It's not going to hurt me. I mean, it's going to hurt, but it's not hurting me, it's hurting like the human archetype Valerie, but the spiritual being inside of Valerie that's living Valerie's life experience is able to have deeper compassion for the person. I'm just making it personal. I've been single for years, but I'm just doing this for the sake of metaphor. So it's like you could be having this experience, where you're learning how to not take something personally, because anything someone does really has nothing to do with you, isn't about you at all. It's only part of their own evolution and what their capacity is at that time. So again, company versus connection is the theme of this. And I'm going to be looking at 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but it rejoices with the truth. Love also protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, and it always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, they will cease, and where there are tongues, they will be stilled. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. So there's something here about deleting, destroying stigmas around something. There can be different cultural beliefs, different backgrounds, something here where if you told yourself, I would never date this, or I would never forgive this, or I would never, constructs like that can really be crumbling down. Again, theme on the Awaz rune being in between, so really meddling in between, and the spiritual becoming process here. Also, this is all about the Kundalini fire, so you can have a really strong sexual pull or connection with someone, or they could have this with you, and it is impacting it's impacting your life in so many areas, and it's impacting their lives in so many areas. Carnal desires, also near-death experiences are coming up here. Also past lives, patterns. So having certain aches or pains or certain things that are occurring in your life because it happened in past lives. So like having a fear for water in this lifetime because you drowned in a past lifetime, but you're actually supposed to be a surfer. It's like our greatest fears have the hidden, like the best hidden secret. So it's like being born into an extremely conservative Christian family and being Christian and still holding on to Jesus Christ, but also being a psychic and doing spiritual work. Using myself as an example here. So there's something like that. It's an initiation process into marrying your ancestry, your bloodline, your past, alongside with the assimilation and the kind of upgrades of the future and bringing them together. Now, also the song Fly Away by Lenny Kravitz is coming through. I want to get away. I want to fly away. So someone here could want to get away. They want to fly away. They really need to get away. Take a bird's eye view of the situation and pull yourself out of the initial situation. Also, Sugar Ray, every morning there's a halo. So in that in that song though, my heart ripped out. So there's something here about heartbreak, something happening every day, something just kind of going along the same. Also the song Do It Nasty, Do It Nasty. It's by Vito, Vedo, and then Rusty by Nasty by Russ. I want to see you do it nasty, nasty. So something here about nasty, get nasty. Let's get nasty with that. I don't know, the word nasty just keeps coming through. So, oftentimes the most spiritual people can be like the kind of kinkiest people because they see and they understand, like soul to soul. It's not looking at flesh, you're looking at the spirit of someone. And so there's so many more dimensions that you're connecting to. And it is connection versus companionship. So now getting into the main story in the last few minutes here, company versus connection. Well, first of all, love is incompatible with hurry. As we saw in 1 Corinthians 13, 4-8, love is patient, love is kind. So it is incompatible with hurry. So anyone that's trying to hurry you up to something, if you're trying to hurry someone else, then that is not love. It is a sense of either control, or it is a sense of manipulation, or it is a sense of scarcity and a lack of feeling fulfilled internally with the self. Again, we seek company when we lack connection. So ways that we can turn on connection. 1, read. Expand your boundaries, expand your mind, expand and explore new worlds mentally. Start by just picking up a book. Remember, reading rainbows at the beginning there. So that could be what brings you to that pot of gold and making a difference in your relationships if you've been single for a while, and making a difference in your business if you've been trying to elevate your business to the next level or take something to the next level. It could be in simply of a book. You could really find the connection rather than finding empty company or empty connections that aren't real connections, because you need to connect to something within yourself. I'm also hearing, I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. So you could feel like you're around plastic people, or the world today is just too plastic. But I promise there are other people. Also, orange soda. Just sit on my face, I attack that. Okay, that's a fun little song. Also something here about piercings or mercy, mercy me. This is just coming through. Back to the list though. Exploring new worlds physically, so traveling would be an important way to get into connection versus company. Learning a new skill. Refining an old skill or revisiting old skills, reminding yourself of all of the years that you've lived without a certain person, without a certain place, and kind of tapping back into the consciousness that you had before you met that person, before you're introduced to that thing that was taken away from you, as a way to grieve, but also explore adventure and that sense of lightness and weightlessness that arrived before you had the weight of that experience or that person or that love kind of pull you down. Self-inquiry, animals, serving others, volunteering, acknowledging and giving something like a proper burial ceremony, so to speak, reinventing yourself. When you kill who you used to be, metaphorically, then you won't be in love or hurting from that situation anymore, because you don't even resonate with the person you were in that experience. Also learning a musical instrument. So it's like learning a skill, and then all of a sudden you have a whole new dating pool. You have a whole new pool of people to actually connect with, and it's not just company anymore. So it's like, again, you're going to be reintroduced to a whole new group of people. All right, I love you guys, and contact me for a personal reading, ValeriefromVega.com, and check out the YouTube Valerie from Vega. Like, share, and subscribe. Bless you.